I was in Baltimore at a writer's retreat at a really good friend's house. She was not there, but she had this beautiful 4-story row house. And I was by myself and I was like, I couldn't hear anything. So if I was on the third floor in the bedroom, I couldn't hear anything downstairs. And I had this thought like, oh, I could go downstairs tomorrow and find a dead body in the foyer, have no clue how they got there. And her neighbors would be like, who are you? Who'd you kill? And so that's the idea behind Missing White Woman is that this woman goes to this romantic getaway. I flipped it. She's from Baltimore. She comes to Jersey and comes downstairs one day. And this missing white woman who's been all over the TV is dead in her foyer and her boyfriend's gone. And she has no idea what happened, where he went. And the entire internet, because the woman's gone viral, is like trying to figure out what happened to this woman and think it's her boyfriend, and she knows it's not her boyfriend. It's just a lot of stuff going on. She runs outside and she happens to run into the nosiest, rudest neighbor in the whole entire block, and he calls the police because she's freaking out. And she had thought her boyfriend was supposed to go to work that morning, so she thinks the entire time her boyfriend's, oh, he's in the office trying to find me because my phone's stuck in the house, and she's trying to find her boyfriend. And so that's kind of her first thing, is talking to police, because she again thinks some woman was breaking into her house. Doesn't realize right away at first that it's the missing woman from the TV she's been watching. She's been watching it too. And then once she figures that out, she freaks out more. So, whereas with both Dana and Lena, they're proactively looking into murder. Bree is reactively looking into murder because she's in some circumstances she does not want to be in, with strangers she does not want to be around. And so there's this character, her estranged best friend from college they haven't spoken in 10 years, who's the only person who's helping her. And they're just trying to basically figure out what's going on before everyone else, because of course the entire internet thinks her black boyfriend killed the pretty blonde white lady, and the cops are asking questions, and the fact that he's gone is not helping things. And I think if you've ever seen a viral story on the internet, which I'm sure you've seen, it's like you have all these internet detectives, and because they're not police, they can just say the craziest stuff, which has no fact, but because this person has a 5 million people platform, it's going to become, it becomes truth. It becomes, canon, if they say, because this person with a lot of views said it and got a lot of retweets, and groupthink made it happen. So I can't imagine, I'm sure you can't either, that all this groupthink is about something related to you, and you feel like you're the only person on the planet who knows that that's not the case. I did not have anything to do with it. He didn't have anything to do with it. And because everyone's so focused on her boyfriend, she feels like no one's trying to actually find the real killer. The biggest thing is there's a time crunch with her, like we have to figure this out soon before, it gets worse. Or like there's certain things that Bree knows because she's in the house, or because of XYZ, that the internet does not know yet. And she might know that those are things that when they find out are going to make things worse. So I need to figure this out before the entire internet finds this information out. So I think that's what it is that like ticking clock element to it too. And for her, it's truly life or death from the beginning. I think a lot of times, like with Hollywood Homicide, there were some death threats that happened to Dana, but it's only because she's being nosy, and it's, like 2/3 into the book, right? With Bree, it's life or death from the beginning. I ended up writing this one a little differently in that I had a shorter outline, and I've seen a couple other authors, I think Allison Galen and Valerie Wilson Wesley, say they call it the headlight approach, where you just figure out enough, I guess, as far as you can see with the headlights. So I would just I knew the ending, right? And I knew the beginning, and I knew some bigger twist, but I didn't go as far as to beat out exactly what happened. I would just be like, okay, I just finally got to her finding the body, and I know the next big twist is blah, 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 right? How am I going to get there? Let me concentrate and figure that out at this moment. So I think that was what I was doing. I was kind of taking that headlight approach I just heard other authors talk about.